first official video in my redone beauty room. I just recently painted all of this white. It used to be peach and it looked beautiful, but there was too much peach light bouncing around, so I went white in the background and I love how it turned out. But anyways, today we're going to talk about all of my favorite affordable brushes. Now I have some brushes that you can go to your local drugstore and pick up today, and I have some brushes that you can order online that is an amazing brand, but they're still affordable. So I am just gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna start with all of my face brushes, and then we will move into eye brushes afterwards. My first brush is this one by Morphe. It is the Morphe E30. This is the brand I was talking about that you can order online. Morphe is my favorite brand of brushes. They make amazing quality brushes. I use this one as an all-over powder brush for my face when I'm setting my foundation. Next up is this brush by e.l.f. It is their complexion brush. And it is nice and wide this way, and it's domed. And then if you turn it sideways, you can see how it kind of fluffs out like this. This is my favorite bronzing brush. So I use this on my bronzer to bronze my cheeks, up here on my forehead. It's just nice and fluffy. It's synthetic hair, so it's not gonna pick up as much product as a natural hair brush, which is what you kind of want with a bronzer and a blush, because you don't want a big stripe of color on your face. You want it to pick up less product and blend out more nicely. So this brush is, I believe, $3 at any local drugstore that sells e.l.f. products, and it is amazing. It is the brush that I use every day for bronzer. The next brush that we're gonna talk about is this one from Real Techniques. It is called their blush brush. I love this brush so much because it is so multi-purpose. Oftentimes when I'm traveling, this is the only brush I'll bring to do my blush, my bronzer, set my face with. I will just do everything with this brush because it's such a unique shape. The whole thing is domed and it works perfectly for doing a bronze all over the face. You can use it to do your blush. You can use it to set your whole face with, a powder. It's just such a versatile multi-purpose brush that I use it all the time, and it is also very affordable. Walmart sells Real Techniques. I think Target does. Ulta, anywhere that sells Real Techniques, you will be able to find this brush for about $8. Right, next, my favorite blush brush of all time is this Morphe E4. It is cut at a little bit of an angle here. It is the perfect shape to just get right here, and it's the perfect size to get right here on my cheek and just blend out my blush. So this is my favorite blush brush of all time. Next up is this buffing brush from Real Techniques. This one I absolutely love and use this every day to kind of blend all of my makeup together. So after I put on my foundation and set that, put on my bronzer and my blush and my highlight, I will take this brush and just blend everything together. It's got these perfect kind of mediumly densely packed bristles, and they're short enough that it's like a buffing brush. And so it kind of just buffs everything together so that you don't have any harsh lines, you don't have any stripes where your product is laying. It just blends everything together so beautifully, and I couldn't do my makeup without this brush. Up next is this Morphe E48 brush. This is the brush that I use to set my under eye concealer with a translucent powder. It is the perfect size and shape to get right up here under my eye. If you don't want to order the Morphe E48, this is a good drugstore alternative. This is the Real Techniques contour brush. I never use this for contouring, but I do use this to either smudge out a cream concealer or set my concealer with a powder, because it is, again, a very nice size to get right up here under your eye, and the bristles are packed nicely so that you can use it with a cream product or with a powder. So I really love this brush as well. And then my last face brush is this one from Real Techniques. It is their setting brush. I use this as my highlight brush currently because I have not put in an order yet to Morphe for my favorite highlight brush, which is the Morphe M501 brush. So I picked this one up at the drugstore because I needed something right away, and I really have been loving it. It's the perfect size again, and cut the shape of it is very nice for highlighting here. You can go up here, it goes right on the tip of your nose. It's just a really beautiful highlighting brush. So that is how I use this one. All right, next up, I have to give a shout out to this brush set that I have spoken about before. I got it on Amazon. It comes with 10 brushes. They're the toothbrush style brushes. I almost never use any of these little ones, but even so, I think the set was $15 and I would totally pay that again just to get these brushes here. This is definitely one of my favorite brushes to apply foundation because this brush is so densely packed. Look at this. You can see all the bristles in there. And it's so soft, but because it's so densely packed, it does not steal as much of your product. Your product sits more on the surface of this brush and it just applies all of it right onto your face. And so it gives your foundation a much fuller coverage. So I absolutely love this set and would highly recommend it. $15, you get 5 amazing brushes. And if you guys can figure out how to use the little ones, awesome. Okay, now we are going to move on to our eye brushes. The first one that I have to share with you is the Morphe M433. Now this brush is beautiful, fluffy. It's kind of a hybrid between a blending, like a fluffy blending brush and a shader brush. So, I mean, I like that because it's very versatile. You can, pack colors on the lid here, or more frequently, I use this right in the crease of my eye to blend my colors out and kind of diffuse it. My next one is this fluffy blending brush. This is by the brand Bogashis, and I actually got this in an Ipsy bag. I had a Morphe brush just like this. That was my favorite diffusing brush, but that was lost in the airline bag. I'm sure you've all heard that story. So this is the one I've been using lately. It's just a fluffy blending brush that I use to diffuse colors right up here on the top of my crease to really buff them out and blend it so that there's no harsh lines up here. This shape of brush is perfect for that. Next I have this Morphe S30. This is the perfect size shader brush for my eyelid. This is wonderful for packing color on the lid. And a lot of times when I'm using this brush, I use some Fix Plus on it to really make my eyeshadows pop. This one is really great for using with metallic eyeshadows and a little Fix Plus to pack that color on the lid. This next one I have is from the brand Lottie London. I also got this in an Ipsy bag. And what I use this brush for the most often is a cream product like the Maybelline Color Tattoos or the Revlon Color Stay. Like a product like this where it comes in a little pot with a cream. I use this brush to pick up that cream and smudge it on my lid because this brush does a really nice job of picking up cream product. Some brushes won't pick up cream product very well, but this one does, so I love this brush. This next brush I have to share with you is my favorite eyebrow brush. It is the perfect size and shape to carve out my eyebrows, and this one is actually just from Michaels. It is the Daler and Rowney. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but in their 1/4 inch size. And that's actually a really good tip to go to your local craft store and just see what kind of brushes you can find to use. A lot of them are wonderful. The next brush I have to share is the Morphe M321 brush. It is this little fluffy pencil brush. And I use this most often when I want to pack a darker color on this outer corner of my lid, or if I want to blend a product out under my lower lash line. This brush is the perfect size. It is cut really nicely to just get up here under my lashes and kind of fluffy enough that it can diffuse that color really nicely. And it's also the perfect size to do some detail work out on this outer corner or in my crease if I want to drag a color into my crease really precisely. This brush is beautiful for that. The next brush that I have is the Morphe M160-1/8. How's that for a name? This is my favorite eyeliner brush for with a pot eyeliner, like the L'Oreal Infallible Lacquer Liner. This brush is what I use whenever I'm going to do a sharp wing. This brush has the perfect little fine tip. All right, and the last brush that I have to talk about is the e.l.f. concealer brush. It is this teeny tiny little detail concealer brush. This was $1, at my local Walmart, and I use this anytime I need to spot conceal a little, you know, area on my face, a blemish or whatever. This is the perfect little brush. And then I also recently have been using this to do my inner corner highlight. If you ever put a little highlight in here, this is the perfect little size and shape to get right in there in your inner corner. So this brush for $1, totally a steal. All right, that is it. That is all of the brushes I have to share with you today. I hope that some of those recommendations are helpful to you. Let me know if you have a favorite drugstore brush. List it down below in the comments for me. If you have any questions about brushes or how to use any of these, let me know. I gotta go make the kids some dinner. I hope that you guys have a great day. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys. Do you need something? Okay. About, oh gosh,